we're going to kind of go back to the basics. Sometimes it's time, and it's something called prospecting by objective. The person I'm interviewing is just phenomenal. Her name is Deborah Miller. There she is, and she's been in the business for a long, long time. She's one of the pros. She's over in Columbus, Ohio, and she's been a consultant, and I could go on and on with her background. She's developed something called Sales Pro. That's in her background. She's now Senior Vice President of Operations for INA Links, and I know you'll be hearing a lot more about INA Links in the future. She's talking about success, being dependent, and on finding people, she says, who can buy from you and at the right product, the right price. And then she says, no, that's not right. And then she goes forward telling about various aspects of what prospecting is really all about these days. It's different. And she says it's dependent upon a lot of different things. You have to have a change in the mindset. You have a proactive plan. You define your ideal client. Most agencies don't do that, and she shows how to do that. She talks about the characteristics of the ideal client. She talks about the 80-20 principle, which is interesting when you think about it. But the big point there is she talks about turning over the bottom 10% of your book and replacing it. Boy, that's a toughie. And well, she talks about that and about building trust and not just selling policies. And then she tells about why clients leave, which is always important. You always know, because it's always, or most of the time, an attitude of indifference. And so the whole thing's about retention. As she worked for State Farm guys with Cosmo County, the top State Farm producer forever, I guess. She worked for him for 8 or 10 years. She was number 2. Boy, that's what the State Farm numbers were, just phenomenal. If you have 1 policy, 2 policies, 3 policies, and how long they retain or how long they stay on the business. She talks about changing, and she talks about pursuing the entire account, which you all know how important referrals are going to be. And she really concludes all this because she says it's all about relationships, and that's her message. And it's a really good message. It's a message everybody in your agency could hear, particularly newer people. But look at that. I love this chart, and well, you'll see more about it. And she concludes by saying the average, good, better, and best. So listen to this one. You're going to like it. She's very, very good. And but this is the first. We're going to be doing a series of these, not just on prospecting, but time management and so forth. And we'll probably have her on every month or quite often. And she's pretty amazing, as you're about to find.